What's around, everyone? Happy Gemini season. This is your tarot card reading for the new moon in Gemini and Gemini season. We are well into it. Our toes, our ankles, our feet, is all the way up, okay? All the way up to the chest area, just about, okay? So you should pretty much have a good idea of your energy. All right, so I just want you to focus on the cards, pick a card, and whatever card that you pick, or you can go by an object. Whatever object you pick, it is up to you. That's what I'm going to read for you. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what is the objects for? I will let you know once you choose one. When you choose one, then I will tell you what they are. What is that? What they are. But this is just to get a feeling about where are your seeds going, okay? Where are they going? That's what you know. Where are they going? Where is all the intent going, okay? Where is all your energy going? Where is all your focus going, right? This is what it is. Where are your seeds growing, okay? Where are they being planted at to grow, if possible, right? So, pick a card. Pick an object. This is your new moon reading in Gemini and Gemini season. And this whole Gemini moon changes all has to do with blossoming, flowering. At this point, great big leaves, the moons are in the month of May are called sometimes the great green leaves, or a blossom moon, or a flower moon, because at this point, look around, you can see it, right? You see the great big leaves, you see flowers, all different kinds are now full in effect and blossoming. You can identify them now. They're beyond that budding stage. So we're just checking in to see, okay, well, where did you put your seeds? That's what now, how it come out, there's always two sides, right? Well, it's more than two sides, but let's just stick with that. All right, stay tuned. Pick a card, pick an object. Let's get into it. And shout out to the Geminis for this Gemini season. That goes for the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Mercury Gemini. What's around, everyone? This is your tarot card reading for the energy of the new moon in Gemini season. And for those who have picked the first card, or the card that has the rocks there, it is saying that your seeds have been planted on rocky ground. And you have the Death card to talk about that. So your rocky ground is a metaphor of your seeds growing quick, because it has no type of roots have been planted as deeply as it could go. So it's kind of like a shallow type root. And a lot of times, good things which can happen is it sprouts really fast, just boom. You know what I mean? You ain't got to wait. The sun is there and everything. The rain hits it, it gets it, and this is like boom, and it grows fast. But the other side to it is that because it is sprouted and because it has shallow roots, it is more likely to get scorched and withered away, basically burnt. Back in the day, that used to be a word we used to use, you got burnt, or you got roasted. So this is what it's telling you. So what's attached to this card is you're into a deep desire, and this deep desire is not being balanced. It's like you're head over heels over it, so much so that things is about to get torn down, whether you see that personally, whether you see that, that's happened to people around you or your friends or whatever. It's a moment, it's a tower moment. And right now, Pluto is in Capricorn. So this is all that energy, honey, all of that energy, So it's kind of like, hey, your father and your grandfather, like, yo, they're giving you a speech. They both sitting you down. It's just you two, it's just you three, you know what I mean? And They just telling you all your wrongdoings, all about yourself, reading you up and down, throwing all kinds of shade and reality and examples, and just making you feel like nothing. Well, this card is saying, well, it's time to shine that spotlight on those situations. You know what I mean? Even if it's a relationship that, oh my gosh, it just sparked and it's just so and you all, yep, you all up in your desires, you know. So step back for a moment, start to shine some light on some things, like any kind of addictions, any kind of things that you know that you overdo. You know, nobody has to tell you. You know when you overdo it. Because when you do yourself, these are the times that you be thinking about these things, right? But then yet again, you repeat the cycle over and over. So just saying, break that cycle. It's time to tear something down. It's time to get rid of some things. It's time to make some changes that's going to get you out of this dark, sunken place, you know? It also could be sexuality, like a lot of fetishes that are taking over more so than ever. Lurking up on you. It could be committing suicide, thoughts of committing suicide, or it could be just even hurting somebody's feelings, you know, like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure they cry, you know, I'll make sure they hurt today. You gotta ask yourself, why is this happening, you know? And with this card, you wanna, like I said, shine the light on yourself. Don't shine it on nobody else, like, oh, it's because of my past. Oh, it's because I went through this and went through that. Oh, this 2022, ain't no time for that. Well, actually, it started a long time ago, but for now, really, it's like, really? You know what I mean? Like, who are you kidding? So look at your negative habits. Look at your codependencies. Are you codependent on a certain person, place, or thing? You know, look at all your pains of the experiences that have been through because of the situation. Like, really get real with yourself. Everybody always quick to jump to other people so other people can get real with them. What about being real to yourself? Okay, because the first thing is acknowledgement. That's the first step to shining the light, is acknowledging. Not acknowledging how other people done messed you up, but acknowledging your part in the role. Okay, that's that part that you have to take a look at. So look at the first step is shining that light, looking at any kind of negative influences that might be currently around you, that might be because you're in that particular place or with that particular person. It causes you to react a certain way. It's just like, you know how you hear about people where wherever place they travel to, they sound like wherever place. So if we take a trip down south, they're going to start sounding like they're Southern. If we take a trip to Europe, they're going to start sounding like they're European. You know what I mean? Or Australia, they're going to start sounding Australian. So that's how it is right now. So if you feel like you're in that realm where you gotta not be you in order to fit in, or in order to be something that you don't feel comfortable with, but you're doing it at the moment, yeah, that's the time to shine the spotlight on that too. Okay, so loosen up some of the connections. You know, don't hold on tight to stuff that you know that's unhealthy for you. You know, okay, right? Just like, you know, because with this thing, remember I said it sprouts up quick. So, you know, if you're trying to grow a plant or whatever from a seed and it sprouts up quick, you get real excited, right? But that's like the honeymoon phase, you know, that's like, you know, the before, you know, the 7th week phase, you know, before people really get to bring out who they really are phase. This is what's going on right now in your life. So start setting some personal boundaries for yourself. Start using some moderation in your life. You know, if you know you do something 120%, and whatever that is, it can cause you to have some kind of detriment in your life. And that could be overworking too, because it is Gemini season. And it also, we're talking about the Gemini new moon energy. And that can cause a lot of signs to just go, like zodiac signs, to just go, and not taking time to just chill out, relax, regroup, reanalyze. You know what I mean? Maybe you did something wrong, or maybe you said something wrong. It's a good time to go back and say, hey, Mercury just got out of retrograde, but it was a good time to really go back and look and say, okay, how could I say that better? How can I do that better? So self-analyzing yourself. So this is a perfect card for that. So yes, it seems good. It feels good. It's a quick, fast, in a hurry, like pleasure. But let's look at the long terms of it and how it's going to affect your life. And honey, the way Pluto and Saturn work as a tag team, if you don't get rid of it, if you don't learn moderation out of it, then it's going to teach you. Your father and your granddad of the universe will teach you, okay, what this death card is, or not death card, the devil card is all about. Okay, so look at yourself, take a look, put the spotlight on it, and then you can start to look at what do you need to keep in your life that's going to help you, what you need to moderate in your life, and where you need to change things, move some of the seeds from the rocky soil to a different kind of soil. Have a wonderful day and night. What's around? This is your tarot card reading, everyone, who has chosen the second card, which is an object that represents a flower, right? And this flower is to represent that your seed, where your seed has been planted, where your intentions have been planted, you know, where your energy has been planted. And this card is to tell me about it. So you have planted it in a soil, fertile, grounded place, okay? Which is the Page of Wands, which is she's standing straight up, both feet on the ground, planted in the direction, right? So it knows what direction it wants to go in, because both feet are in that direction. And you have a lot of potential. When this is fertile ground, right? When you plant your seeds on fertile ground, it has a whole lot of potential, right? Because you done checked everything, you done thought of all these ideas and new projects and new thought processes, new feelings, new everything, right? And you see and you know deep down that this is the soil. This is the soil, and you're right. It is. It is. And you see the potential of it. It might be a small, but it might be 10% out of 100, right? But you take that. You'll take it. You're like, yo, okay, this 10% could go to 20 to 30 and 40 and 50 and so on and so forth. And you're happy with that, right? Now, those who chose this card or the flower object and says, I don't know, this doesn't sound like what I'm feeling. Well, let's do the flip side of it. Flip mood. Let's flip it around, right? So you have ideas, you have thoughts, but you're not putting nothing into action. You're not doing anything about it. Okay. So if you chose the plot, the land, you chose the soil, which is fertile, but you don't drop a seed in it, then it's just going to be fertile soil. And other things are just going to have their way with it. You know what I mean? However, whatever, it's just going to grow there eventually if you don't tend to it. So that's what's happening. So if you tend to that soil, those ideas, those feelings, those thoughts that are bringing you enlightenment, you know what I mean? Where you're just like, yes, you know, I could do this. This is possible, because it's a card of infinite possibilities. This is like a blank canvas here. You know, what are you going to paint? You know, what are you going to grow from what you're thinking? Is it to grow a new skill, grow a new relationship, grow a better relationship with yourself, grow, you know, a business, grow your education, grow, you know, traveling, leaving out the area and using some growth as far as knowledge, grow spiritually? Like, where are we going? Growing by changing the surroundings and the people, places, and things around you. Growing by changing your habits. This is what I'm saying. Growing by having a baby. This is baby season. Okay. I ain't forget about that. It is baby season. So, even if you have tried and tried and tried, this card says try again. Because this also can be like you're stagnant because you did such things. You did try this and that and this and the other, but it hasn't worked. So you're like, whatever. It's kind of like a diet. You know, I'm sure if you talk to a lot of people, there's a high percentage that people have tried more than one diet. They can give you a whole, okay, back in 2000 and this, I tried this, and then this came out and I tried that, and that didn't work, and then I tried this. It worked good for 3 weeks, but then I broke out, and then I tried, right. So keep trying until you find that fit, you know, kind of like Cinderella. You know, the man kept trying until he found a perfect fit. And yes, as you know that story, a lot of people didn't fit. A lot of people try to okey doke the person, right? Try to like gaslight the person and whatnot. And he was like, nah, I'm not stopping till I find the perfect fit. So that's you. Find the perfect fit. Find the perfect, well, you already got the perfect soil, right? So now find the perfect seed to put in it. You know, maybe you want to do rainwater. You know, add on to it. You see what I'm saying? Come from a different angle. You might have to step back a little. Because see how this person is up close to the wand. Sometimes maybe you have to take 10 steps back, 9 steps back, just to get another angle. Like, just like when an artist does. They do something, they step back, right? And they look at it, and they go around. And you got that famous finger going up to their like cheek or something like, and you know they're sitting there thinking, right? Without saying words, you already know what they're doing. Take some of that information, right? Use it for yourself. All right, have a good day and night during the rest of this Gemini season for the new moon energy in Gemini. What's around, everyone? This is your tarot card reading. Pick a card or pick an object, right? So those who have chose this card or this object is to represent thorns. So your seeds have been planted in thorny grounds, okay? And to represent that for this reading, you get the Page of Cups. So the thorny grounds is a representation of being smothered, being choked, you know what I mean? Having the life sucked out of you, basically. Strangulation, restriction, right? The Page of Cups is saying you're feeling some kind of way about that. I don't blame you, right? It's Gemini season, and this whole thing is representing the Gemini new moon energy too. That's double Gemini. Gemini is a very mutable sign, which means it does not like restriction. Air does not like to be restricted, right? You try to restrict air, what happens? It's going to escape. It's going to find every little crevice to escape, okay? So this is what you're doing. You're running out of air during air season. Like, nah, that's not cool. I can't allow you to do that, right? So borrow from the Page of Wands. Look at your neighbor. That's the flower over there, okay? The possibilities, the infinite possibilities, okay? You can make it out of this situation, right? Because you're getting all these insights, all these intuitive messages to tell you how to get out of it. I don't know if you're listening or not to your messages, you know, that you're getting intuitively. If you are, comment below. If you're not, comment below. But they're coming to tell you why, how come you got into these thorns, how to get out of them, and how not to go back in it again. How not to put your seeds over there. Don't go over there no more, because now you know, right? So with these new ideas, you might be getting, not with the new ideas, with the lack of new ideas, you're being choked out of your creativity, out of your thought process, out of your mind just being able to wander and explore for it to come up with whatever it wants to come up with, you know? And that's affecting you emotionally, you know what I mean? And it's also affecting your intuition, because when you have blockages and restraints and restrictions, you're losing all your senses. Is getting depleted, leaving no room for the imagination or to be intuitive and things like that. But there is hope, okay? So you're gonna have to fight out of it. You have to fight out of it, or some situations it's better to like relax, right? Relax. And when you relax, you can kind of get a little bit of room to maybe get a little edge to cut that vine off one way, cut the other vine off, or even relax so that you can tap in some intuitively so you can get a better angle and a better way to get up out of that. You know what I mean? So some psychologists, when they train people go into war, like specialties and stuff like that, when you calm, when you're calm, you have a better perspective, a better perception on what's going on. Even martial arts teach that too. Calming the mind, right? Calming your body. Some martial arts even tell you to loosen up the body, right? Loosen up. So try some of that, okay? To get yourself out of this funk, because it's keeping you behind, and you're gonna stay in that woe is me energy. And listen to your intuition. Understand what your fear is. Understand how you even got into that fear, or into that situation, and why you stuck, and you might need a little help. If you're stuck at something and there's people walking around you, you're not just going to be quiet. You're going to be like, help. And with the internet, everybody is just so right there, okay? There's support groups. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube. There's all kinds of streaming services that can encourage you or give you a piece of information that might spark something else in you to say, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that, all right? So the codependency, the blaming, no, we're not doing that anymore, okay? So we're not having, these childlike, you did it. It's all about looking at you and how you got yourself in this situation and how you going to get yourself out of this situation. Meaning how you're not going to plant your seeds there anymore, and any seeds that you can get left up out of the thorns, you picking them up, and you're going to go over there to the Page of Wands, and you're going to start putting them into some fertile soil. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and this is also fertility season. Babies being born, babies being made. So definitely, if you are planning or thinking about having a baby, and it's not in such a good situation, and it feels like thorns, then you might want to reconsider, growing your family right now. If you are already pregnant, already in a situation, you might want to start looking at, instead of writing, not instead of, but you write your baby list and stuff and what you want. Maybe you should write down how you would like, or what you would like your baby to be around, even comes to the type of people, what kind of school, what kind of environment, and start getting those in your mind and start working towards that, because baby will be here soon, right? So you may need to save up so you can move to another neighborhood. You maybe need to save up so you can get support in other things like doulas and childbirth education, because those things are out-of-pocket costs sometimes because insurances don't take it. But start to prepare yourself, because just because you might be stuck in a situation with a person, a place, or a thing, that you don't want that baby to be around, this is the perfect time while baby is still in utero to get some things in action, okay? So have a good day and night, everyone. What's around, everyone? This is your tarot card pick a card reading, or pick an object reading, and you have chosen the 4th card, or the feather, okay? And I did say once you chose a card, I will let you know what that object represents, or if you chose an object, I will let you know what that represents. So since you chose the feather, this is representing that you're planting your seeds by the wayside, okay? Wayside sounds really nice, right? Wayside street, wayside place. But then this analogy, the wayside is just meaning that your seeds are blowing all over the place. Okay? They're all over the place. So they floating all in the air, they passing the car, they rolling down the street. They going in the sewage, you know what I mean? They landed on top of leaves. They landed on people's trampolines. They landed on the roofs. They just they landed in birds' mouths and any other kind of creature that likes seeds. That's where they're going. So they're not catching root. They're like literally not catching, even if they're not even going into water, because some seeds can, sprout just with water, but they're not even landing there. So the possibility of it, yeah, because with it being able to be mutable like that, and we're in Gemini season, and then this energy that I am speaking under is the new moon energy in Gemini. So this is double air energy, and this feather is just representing that, right? And also the Ace of Swords is represented. So this whole card is just all air, including the object. So yeah, you got a lot of thoughts. You got a lot of mental clarity. You have a lot of new ideas that's coming out. A lot of breakthroughs. A lot of like aha moments, you know? And those things that are coming to you, those are very successful things. You see the crown there. You see the regalness of it. So they all have potential to grow. And it's all coming from you. You know what I mean? But are you putting it to action? Are you sitting there just thinking and just doodling and just journaling and just plotting? Or are you now putting the foot on the ground and you getting those ideas and those thoughts and all those mental clarities that you're having, all the clearness that you're having, like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like, you're sure of yourself, you're sure of your decisions. You know, if somebody say, you wrong, nah, not this time. That's how you like, please, I done saw that 10 steps ahead, like, and you have all these different angles, new angles about it, and it's all great. Keep it. But if you can just gather your seeds, okay, don't just throw them all over the place. Don't even cast your pearls among swine. That's kind of, you know, you got to hold up a minute. We just got a retrograde. So I'm sensing that some people who chose this card got a lot of air energies. You either Aries, I'm not Aries, you either, well, maybe Aries because that just came out, but Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavily in your chart, or your Mercury, or your Uranus, is heavily in your chart, or your Venus, you know, is heavily in an air sign, okay? So I'm pretty sure, comment below if I'm right about that. So now it's time to put it into action, okay? It's not about just talking anymore. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, Okay, well, what kind of steps did you take? You know, every little step I take, you know what I'm talking about? Bobby Brown, right? Some of y'all might be the opposite of what I'm just saying. So, real cloudy. So, if you could take this cloud here by the hand and just cover a whole card up with it, that's you. That's some people that chose this card. The other ones with the milk clarity, y'all go ahead. But y'all just need to take some action and make these things reality, all right? Through the mountains and the molehills, keep going. For those who are just cloudy, you ain't got no ideas. You all, it's kind of like you just, I don't know, like you stuck in a retrograde. We still in the shadow period, but you literally just stuck there, like, you know, and you just keep pondering on the same thing, pondering. You're not getting to no conclusion or nothing. Like, you're not even doing anything to work on this clarity, even though you know you need answers, even though you know you need to make changes, even though you know you need to put a little bit more thoughts into what you need to do, or maybe communicate something to someone that you need to be communicating to, but you're just procrastinating, you know. And Geminis, even though Geminis are very, this Gemini season, we're talking about the new moon, are very quick, speedy, in a hurry, and they consider Geminis to be pretty much a trade at everything but a master at none, because Geminis put their seeds here, there. They might be all fertile ground, but there's some fertile ground in some New York, then Texas, then California, and they might not spend enough time in one location, so that location starts to fall, and they got to drive all the way to New York, and then they found out that they didn't pass the inspection because they didn't spend more time, so they end up like really exhausting themselves and overthinking, and it just turns into a mess. So that's not what you want to do here. You want to basically step aside, okay? And this sword is given to you so that you can cut away, you know, things that are giving you, or putting those clouds over your head. What is that? You know, if you can identify that, you're on to something. Start to separate yourself from that, Okay, and that's how you can tell when a cloud passes. You know it passes because the sun comes out. So start to distance yourself or disassemble yourself away from a person, a place, a thing, a situation that's causing, these clouds. Make yourself freer from the clouds, however that is. Anything that makes you feel down, depressed, all in your root chakra, like it's hard for you to come up. You can't erase your kundalini. It's just stuck. You know what I mean? Like how you stuck, it was stuck, whatever that song is, but you get what I'm talking about. It's just stuck. So you need to figure out why it's stuck, who is making it stuck, point to you first. But if there's some boundaries that you got to make for other people just to unstick yourself, then do that. You're not being mean. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want to do this and that and the other, but you got to take care of yourself first, because if you don't have mental clarity, you're going to really be making some wrong decisions. Really. So gather some, get you a net. Gather up your good seeds, your good thoughts, your good feelings, all of that, and go on to some fertile ground, put your feet on the ground, and get to work. Talk to you later. Have a good day and night, and enjoy the rest of this Gemini season. And this is the new moon reading energy for Gemini that happened a couple days ago. And now that we are fully submerged in it, you can take this information and you definitely know what I'm talking about. Have a good day and night.